What's up, guys? Welcome back to GTech Finance here. So, the saying that lightning never strikes the same place twice. Well, the lie detector test determined that it was a lie, and in the last week, Gamestop did it again. And the infinite monetization loop, the printer, is back on stronger than ever. What's really weird about it is that this time throughout the last week, almost nobody in the media was talking about it. Well, GameStop silently rallied from $40 a share all the way to $300 a share. And some people saying it could then hit $1,000 a share. I know it's wild. It's wild enough if it happens, but a second time is unheard of, and this magnitude, with all eyes now back on GameStop, it could be another infinite money glitch as the price goes up, causing short sellers to exit their positions, which causes the price of the stock to go up even higher, causing more short sellers to exit their positions, causing the price to go even higher. But this time there's one fundamental difference that could change the entire outcome in terms of what this does, and that's with a lot of attention on brokerages right now trading and let whatever happen. So let's talk about exactly what's going on that's causing the price of the stock to skyrocket for the second time, how this company could now be positioned for a very strong rebound or a flash crash, and what this means for whether you just want to hear about some good old-fashioned investing drama or if you want to buy in, potentially riding this even higher. But I go into that, I just want to ask a quick favor of you. If you could just hit the like button, subscribe to the channel to reach 20 subs, and it would be awesome. It's totally free, it's very easy to do, and I promise you I'll reward you with good content. So let's get right into it then. So first, you would think that short sellers would have learned their lessons the first time, but nope. 30% of the stock of the outstanding GameStop shares are still being shorted. So let me bring you up to speed because this wild ride, and there's probably very juicy drama that we've seen in the investing space in last year. And so we'll just first do a quick flashback a bit to what happened last year. So if you're not now aware, GameStop was a brick and mortar gaming store that sold video games, consoles, controllers, and collectibles. But throughout the last few years, GameStop was losing revenue to other online businesses. And every day that went by was another day the GameStop was getting left behind. That was the point where large Wall Street institutional investors began shorting the price of the stock, basically betting that the price would continue going down. And really, a lot of people felt like GameStop would eventually be destined to a gravestone, right next to Toys R Us and Circuit City. But not too long ago, things began turning around. Microsoft and Sony were releasing their next generation game consoles, which would still have discs for people who wanted to buy physical copy, and GameStop would provide that. From there, GameStop announced that they saw a 519 jump in online sales when they were forced to shut down their physical locations. And the billionaire co-founder of Chewy.com also announced that he bought a 9% stake in the company. It was at that point that users on Reddit's Wall Street Bets discovered an interesting little secret, of course, about the stock that would cause it to skyrocket to the moon and under the right conditions. And that was, wait for it, I wanted to do it, and that was just this. GameStop was one of the most shorted stock on the stock market. In fact, it was so shorted that more shares were shorted than actually exist in the market. That would cause the stock to turn into a rocket ship if enough good news came out, and that would cause short sellers to have to buy the underlying shares of the stock in order to exit their position. As GameStop actually started doing pretty well, that caused more people to buy in, causing the price of the stock to go up, causing short sellers to have to exit their position, which caused the stock to continue going up, which caused other short sellers to have to exit their position, which causes to go even higher and higher and higher to the moon, and it continues. It was really just a stampede all the way to the top, where some people were making tens of millions of dollars in the process. But then all of a sudden, several brokerages, Robinhood, the first of them, disabled their users from buying any more GameStop shares. So it caused the price to fall substantially. And news started floating around the media that it was caused by Wall Street institutional investors who lost billions of dollars and needed bailout. And people were also thinking that Citadel, Robinhood, and Melvin Capital were all in it. And there was a massive sell-off. After the price surpassed $300 a share, the stock price dropped 40% in a 30-minute time span. Trading was halted 6 times for 5 minutes, each due to volatility. So if you want my honest and unbiased advice, that price for a GameStop stock makes absolutely no sense. It's driven entirely from irrational investors' excitement. That's not to say it can't keep going up, because it's doing just that, but it's important to realize that at these levels, the price it's trading at has entirely detached from the company principles and fundamentals itself, because they're starting to get outdated, and has taken on a life of its own as a meme stock and turned into a money printer that soars on half good news. But fundamentals aside, I know that's a boomer thing to talk about fundamentals in this day and age. In terms of GameStop going out higher, it's highly possible. It's still a stock of high short interest, and when a group of retail traders all really like the stock, it's possible for that momentum to continue increasing, driving the price way higher than normal. Personally, I'd probably recommend sitting this one out unless you're treating this like a casino, where you're investing money for the experience, for fun, without the expectation of making any money back in return. You can separate this type of trading from an investment, and you don't mind potentially losing most of it, then sure, have fun and buy in. And I'm not saying it's a guaranteed loss. Who knows, they might just buy even higher and then make it go 70%, and that's the moment where you're selling and you make tons of money. But as a long-term investment, it just doesn't make any logical sense at these numbers, and I can't see it lasting forever. But maybe that's exactly why this stock did so well from the very beginning, because GameStop isn't about numbers, it isn't about logical valuations, it's not about interesting value, it's about sticking it to the hedge funds and institutional investors that are shorting the stocks for years by buying up the stocks that they don't believe in. Because once it's 140% shorted like it was the first time, if a community has a few $1,000,000 to buy in, it's huge buying power and enough to jack up the price to the moon, like we saw. So it's about banding together as a group, being part of a community, and all winning big at the same time, or losing a lot of money at the same time. Now, in terms of how high it might go, that's yet to be seen. The short interest today is significantly less than it was a month ago, suggesting that there won't be as much of a squeeze on the way up. But just like the last time showed us, anything can happen, and the best thing that you can do is expect the unexpected. So I think that there's simply not enough shares available on the market to buy. And I think that's it for today. So if you enjoyed the video, again, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We're trying to reach 20 subscribers, and hopefully we'll grow a bit more. And hope to see you guys next time.